Good enough. Hello, folks. How's it going? Another live. We're back. Hang on. There we go. How's it going, folks? We're back. Welcome to another live. I got my coffee today. Freaking the sheets. I am the data whiz. You guys know that? Welcome back. Got a great show for you this evening, as always. I'm doing a live Q&A. How's it going, folks? Are you divorced? Nope. Hello, guys. Today we're going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to do a live Q&A. I've been live a lot this week. So, instead of me yapping for 15 minutes straight, like usual, I'm going to allow for a little bit more time for Q&A. How are you guys doing? Coming to you live from my penthouse in Hollywood. Hello, folks. Okay, let's see here. How are you doing? Doing great. Okay, yep, I know, I see you guys. Let's see. Another day in the life. Yeah, I'm gonna do another one soon. Cause I had my new suits for this season that I just had made. Actually, they're really, really nice. I got like a nice chocolate one. I got a really nice white dinner jacket and some like light blue. It's gonna be nice. It's coming together. I did like a video of that with my excellent suit maker, Murray. It's her birthday yesterday, and I saw her yesterday. She's great. Hello, folks. Hi, guys. Okay, I just went to, let's see here. Just went on a date. He paid and gave me $100. How do I make sure this continues? At the end of the date, you know how when you go to a hotel and the bellboy or whatever brings your bags in, and then for some reason he's still standing there even after he's left your bags out. You know what I mean? He brought your bags to the hotel room, and he's just standing there like. That's how you do it, folks. All right. So I had a nice time this evening. Just like that. That'll work. Just take a page out of your local Ritz-Carlton's book. I'd like to see you again sometime. That's how you do it, folks. Just like that. Let me turn on the AC though, because it's hot in here. Hang on. I had it warm earlier, but I'm in a sweater now. It's uncomfortable. There we go. Nice and cool. I'm back. Can you play that piano? Yes. Yes, I can. Every time, in fact, I'll take this as a compliment because I'd rather see the world in a positive light. But I played the piano on my live a couple of days ago, and then I got a warning, a copyright warning, on YouTube saying that, oh, you're playing other people's music. That's Hallelujah by Cohen, and I'm like, oh, really? I had to cut that part out, but thank you so much. Thanks for noticing. That's how you know you can do it, folks. Hello, guys. Let's see here. Anyways, at the end of the date, just hold your hand out. That'll work, folks. That's actually a good idea. I'm telling you guys. I do that. Just put $100 in your hand. Perfect. Okay. Where are some good places to find high value man? Think paid membership. That's where. That's it. That's really ever it. Wherever there's a paywall. All right? You can't enter unless you pay. Okay? That's how you do it. Save up. Prioritize. Budget accordingly. All right? Expensive gyms. Okay? Expensive, whatever you're into, but you got to pay it. Pay your way in. If it's for free, you're going to get the kind of guys that go to places for free. All right? Okay. What if you keep finding adult content on his phone? Some stuff, don't y'all think that some stuff you don't want to know? You know what I mean? Like, can't the man have a little privacy? Do you really want to know all of his search history? You know what I mean? Now, if he's texting that hoe or whatever, fine. I get that. But if he's paying those bills though, keeping the lights on or whatever, and he's texting that hoe, all right, maybe you got something to say. But checking his history, man, sometimes if he's keeping the lights on, maybe just let him have a search history. You know what I mean? Unless it's egregious. Some things just let the man live, all right? How would you feel if he went and checked your notes app? What if he reads some of your lists? Then what? Maybe he shouldn't. Maybe there's some things he shouldn't know too. Some things are personal, you know what I mean? What's up, folks? What state are you from? South Carolina. But I live in California. Been here for a long time. Let's see here. What if I ask, sorry. He owes me a lot of money, already broke up, and he ignores me and even cheated, but my money is gone. Well, it's going to stay gone, girl. You might as well keep it pushing. You ain't getting that money back. What if I have to ask for a birthday present? We've been together for 3 years. Listen, Big Shorty, that man doesn't like you. Y'all been together for 3 years. He doesn't give you a birthday present. He doesn't like you. That's it. You're a placeholder for now. All right? Sorry to tell you. What kind of gift can I get for a man? Oh, I'm sorry. What kind of gift can I get for the guy I'm talking to? He already has everything. He wants you, man. That's the point. You're the gift. Now put a nice little bow on it. Something red. Something flattering. All right? It's a family-friendly show, but put on something red and flattering with a bow on top. How about that? You're already the gift. Please, let's see, hang on. Why does my husband start fights with me on my birthday every year? Because he didn't get you a nice enough gift. He's trying to distract you from his cheapness. That's it. Straight up. Why else? Why else y'all fighting? Why is he feeling so much pressure? Why is he so ornery? You know why. Your gift is not as nice as it ought to be. That's why. All right? Check the receipts. Hello, folks. Okay, let's see here. Some of these questions, guys. Do you ever, what? Hang on. Do you ever do meet and greets? Not if I can help it. No. Maybe. I might one day. But it sounds nicer than it actually is, FYI. So, hopefully not. But maybe. We'll see. Are you married? No. Let's see here. Thoughts on what products? Hang on. What products do you use on your teeth? They're so nice. Here's a toothbrush, whitening toothpaste. And look, y'all, some of y'all making fun of me because I'm drinking this is coffee I'm drinking out of a straw. Some of y'all making fun of me. My teeth white? Do with that information what you will. All right? Trying to put y'all on game. Are you a Clemson fan? Not particularly, no. But that's dope that you know that I might be. I was never really into like watching sports like that. I played tennis. I might watch the Wimbledon if it's on, but I'm from South Carolina though, and Clemson is a good guess. What's your zodiac sign? I'm a Libra. Okay, thoughts on guys. Hang on. Thoughts on guys who hate materialistic girls. Listen, folks. If a guy says that he hates materialistic girls, he's just trying to trick you into not buying you gifts. That's it. I don't understand why a man wouldn't want to adorn his wife. You get what I'm saying? Or his girlfriend, whatever. Like, if she's wearing like the bracelets, the watches if that's your vibe, or like the necklaces, or like the nice stuff, the nice bag and all that stuff, like that kind of thing is dope. I like well put together women. That's just maybe that's a preference thing, I don't know. But it seems to me that if some guy's trying to convince you that he doesn't like girls that are materialistic, it's because he doesn't want to spend money on materialistic things. Because he either doesn't want to do it because he's cheap and that's deep in his bones and there's nothing you can do anything about that. He's always going to be that way forever. Or he's broke. Either one. And so I like well put together women. I like their necks to dazzle. You get what I'm saying? That's a nice thing for me. That makes me look good, don't you see? And so when guys are like, I hate that. I want my woman to be salt of the earth, plain Jane, wearing a tube top from Walmart because I'm not materialistic. Because what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Like they're holier than thou. They're like better than everyone else because they prefer you in a spaghetti strap from Walmart. You get what I'm saying? Who are you trying to convince? If you're cheap, just say that. Say, look, I'm broke and I can't afford nice things for you to wear. Just be honest at least. Why are you trying to trick me into some high road scenario where you're just so much better than everyone else because you're not into girls with like materialistic things? Shut up. Gross. Well, you're not fooling anyone. Who's falling for that 2025? Come on. It's trickery. They're trying to manipulate you to shore up their own weak financial situation. Y'all falling for that? Y'all falling for that 2025? That's crazy. Russ, should I date for love or money? Well, it depends on who you're asking about that. I guess you're asking me, but there's different ways of thinking about that. What I suggest is there can be a man that makes money, that has money and can make money, and that man can still be lovable. You can still love that man as is. He can just have a great character as well as he makes money. So that exists. You don't have to choose necessarily. Just instead, put yourself where the money is, and then date for love. You know what I mean? You get what I mean? Thanks for the gifts, guys. Thanks for the swan. Anyways, just go where wealthy people are and socialize. You know what I mean? Bring your handkerchief so you can drop it. All right? You don't have to choose. But if you do have to choose, go for the money, because it's a lot better when you can afford it. Because I'll tell you what, even if you date a man that you love, and life thrusts itself upon you, and it's always hard, and there's some shit always around the corner, and it's a storm's a coming at some point. And if you can't financially get your way through it, that man that you love so dearly, you will hate in short order, let me tell you. All right? Sounds all romantic and stuff to be pouring in love, and that's great when you're 22. But when you're 42, that ain't great. That's a lot worse. You'll hate that dude. I promise you that. All right? So, if you have to choose, date for money. Hello, folks. Do you want to get married? One day. Okay. How do I know if a man has money and makes money and isn't knee deep in debt? How you know if he's not in debt? Here's how you know. If he starts asking you about your financial situation, like what's your credit score, stuff like that, that's how you know he's in debt. That's it. If he needs to know about your financial history or what your credit score is, that's a dead giveaway. She's showing his whole hand. All right? Look no further. I promise you, if he's asking those kinds of questions, he's going to casually bring it up at dinner one day. He's been looking at that new motorcycle or whatever. And he can make the payments, I promise. Okay. Oh, man. Hello, folks. Okay, what does it mean? I'm sorry, what does it mean if you have to ask for your boyfriend to approve on reassurance and communication? What does it mean if you have to ask for your boyfriend? Ask for your boyfriend to improve. Oh shit. Sorry. It's just jumping so fast. What does it mean if you have to ask your boyfriend to improve on reassurance and communication? Listen, some men just don't have it in them. All right. And it's not that he doesn't care about you, doesn't love you, or whatever. He might tolerate your ass fine, and he might actually care about you for real. But also, some guys just aren't great at that kind of stuff, you know, because they were taught from an early age if they got feelings to go talk to a tree, and that's it. That's kind of how it is, and that's fine. You know, and you know what? Why would you really want that from a man, anyways? It's so much. You're always gonna feel dissatisfied, anyways, with whatever emotional support that they can provide you. You think you're gonna get some good emotional support from a man? Ha! Good luck with that shit. You'd be better off having a good girlfriend, and then have a man that can afford to pay for y'all to go get your manicure and pedicure, and y'all can talk about it then. You see what I'm saying? Just get you one that can afford for y'all to have a girl's date. Get yourself like you and your girlfriend to go get mani-pedis and a sweet treat, and that will give you more emotional support than you know what to do with. And you get it paid for. Isn't that better? Isn't that better for you? And then, you know, he might be a little stunted or whatever, and maybe it's not all his fault. Emotionally. You know what I mean? You won't be satisfied with it anyways. So, get you a girlfriend and a man that can afford to get you mani-pedis. How about that? All right? Okay. Hello, folks. Have you ever been to Texas? Yes, I've been to Texas. Hot out there. Let's see. Russell, my man won't make me his girlfriend after 4 months of being together. What do I do? Listen, Bree. You're just a side chick. All right? And if you're just the side chick, you might be okay. Maybe you're the kind of side chick where he affords you an apartment in a Mercedes across town. Some guys have side chicks like that. And if you're not getting an apartment in a Mercedes across town, maybe you should reassess. You get what I mean? If you're going to be a side chick, you should get benefits. You get what I mean? Something to consider. If you're being a side chick for free, though, sounds like you could be wasting your own time. I don't know how you want to live your life, but a Mercedes and an apartment might be better. Something to think about. That's right. Russell, are you adopting? I might be. I'm 45 and he's 60. Is it worth it? If it works, you know what I mean by that? If it works, it's worth it. All right? You know, if it works, it's worth it, man. 15 years ain't nothing if you're 45 and he's 60. Y'all can have plenty of Bible study together or whatever. They got medication for that, I hear. What do you think of Sprinkle Lady? Shira. I love Shira. She's great. We're good friends. I will, I'm sure we'll talk on here together at some point and go live again together soon. Shira's great. She's good people. I'm not 30. I'm mid-20s and 26. So, when's that stopped you? You've grown, ain't you? Hello, guys. Okay, let's see here. It's been 7 months with my boyfriend, and he still never told me he loves me, and he says that when he knows, he'll know. Listen, it's going to be never. How about that? 7 months? He should be shopping for engagement rings. You guys don't understand how common it is. A man will be perfectly willing to waste your time in terms of the years of your life. You're going to be missed right now until he finally gets on, and he can attract the women he believes he deserves. And he will have no qualms about wasting your time. Let me tell you. All right? Me listening to this 3 years in. Well, you better hurry up and get you a shut up ring, because you should give him an ultimatum. If he doesn't give you a shut up ring by the end of by October, you're out. Let's see here. What are your thoughts on a man who has become comfortable telling you to pay for it, and I'll give it back to you later anytime you ask for it? Wait, I'm going to read that right. Sorry, I was jumping. What are the thoughts on a man that has become comfortable telling you to pay for it, and I'll give it back to you later, and anytime you ask for the money, he gets upset? I'm going to finish what you said. Listen, man, you enabled this. This is obviously what you wanted. If the man is saying, hey, you got this one, right? I'll Venmo you later. You got this, right? You let that happen, and you're too far gone now. You might as well throw the whole man away, because you can't. What are you going to reverse it? You can't. You're out of reverse cards. It's over. It's 2 years deep. What are you going to do? You're gonna have to fall on hard times and lose your job and being like, look, I need a man that supports me, or I'm out. But due to the nature of the situation, he ain't ever gonna be able to do that. You made him too comfortable. So you set the precedent from the beginning how you want to be treated. How about that? Oh, man. He wants me to move. He wants me to move to Europe for 3 years. He wants to provide for me and get married, and I'm 20. Well, Giselle, at a glance, that sounds fine. But then you said I'm 20. So now I'm a little worried that you haven't met this man and he's some European guy convincing you to fly out to Europe for 3 years and then get married. Why is it 3 years then? I don't get it. If y'all get married, isn't it forever? If you were 26 and had traveled a bit and you met this guy abroad and you told me that, I'd be like, okay, maybe. But if you're 20 and this man wants to fly you to Europe for 3 years and then you'll get married probably, I would say that talk to your mama and proceed with caution, because that sounds like the plot of Taken. So maybe think twice. Yeah, what in the 90-day fiance is this? I don't know. Okay, let's see here. Russell, what do I say when I tell a guy I don't want to do 50-50 and they call me backwards or old-fashioned? Wait, what? I'm sorry. Did I read that wrong? I feel like I said that. I feel like I said that backwards. Hold on. Russell, what do I say when I tell a guy I don't do 50-50 and they call that backwards or old-fashioned? Say you want an old-fashioned kind of guy. Ta-da! Problem solved. See, I don't like this progressive mess. I want an old-fashioned kind of fella. Tell them that. See how they react. Yeah, it's all right. I like old-fashioned men, like take care of their woman. Is that you? See how he responds. Hello, folks. Let's see here. Number one breakup tip. Best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody else. All right? You didn't hear that from me. Maybe you should just go have Bible study with someone else. Forget all about that man. You'd be like, who? Who are you talking about? I don't even know. Never heard of him. It'd be like that. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. My boyfriend is going through a rough patch. He's 24 and I'm 29. Thanks for the gifts, guys. Let's see here. My boyfriend is going through a rough patch. He's 24 and I'm 29. I'm getting frustrated because he's not producing anything. That's what you get when you date a 24-year-old man. Rough patch. Wait till it's like a rough half decade. You're dating a 24-year-old man. What do you think's going to happen? You're 30 and dating a 24-year-old man. Rough patch. You don't even know you don't even know who you are at 24, especially a man. I don't think a man knows at their direction in life at all until they're at least 40, straight up. Like it just takes so much to figure it out. You're in 20, your hands are in a lot of pots. A lot of other people's pots, even if you know what I mean. But you're just interested in a lot of things. You haven't figured yourself out yet. Figured out what you want. You start kind of figuring that out in your early 30s-ish, maybe, getting some skills behind you. And then you might hit your stride in your late 30s, something like that. And then you're really full focused and learned all the hard lessons, and now you're kind of really getting to the producing part of your life in your early 40s. And then you're like a real man. Like 20s, the fuck? And if you're 30, dating a 24-year-old man, and you're confused as to why he's confused, you're both confused. You see what I'm saying? Nothing more useless. So, date older. Let's see here. I'm 44. How much... Wait, sorry, I didn't read that. I'm 44. How much older should I date? 50? Date 50. 50 and up. Don't go too far. Unless that's for you, Maybe he'll leave you something. I don't know. Thoughts on guys that say they don't buy me. Ooh. Thoughts on guys that says you don't buy me anything when you were shopping. Okay, I'm going to rephrase what you said. Thoughts on a guy who says to you, how come you didn't buy me anything when you went shopping? So you can buy yourself something. What do you mean? Were you shopping for his birthday or something? Why is he asking? Why does he even know? Some things you probably even shouldn't even tell him. You know what I mean? You could maybe tell him beforehand, I'm gonna go shopping, and see if he contributes at all. But if you're gonna go shopping, why is it his business? You know what I mean? Not shopping for him, so why does he need to know? Some of y'all tell him too much. Keep it. Y'all need to maintain a little mystery still. You know, he doesn't need to know your every move. Keep them guessing. They'll like that better. He doesn't need to know everything. Hello, folks. Hang on. I bet he doesn't bring you back something. Well, men don't go shopping. It's not like that men are going out and going shopping a lot. I like to go shopping personally, but I have like a shopper, and there's like a men's section, so it's already kind of selected for me. There's a rack. So it's kind of done, and like for me, I like that. But even still, my shopping is very intentional. It's not just like floating around shopping. It's not like that. So I don't think most men like to just simply go shopping. It's not. It's just not what it is. It's not. They're not built for that. So yeah, I doubt he's just out floating around shopping and then selecting things for you. Of course not. Men shop in a very intentional way. So no, he wouldn't. Let's see here. Okay. Why am I always the girl? Why am I always the girl before the one? Yeah, that's another thing. Y'all better listen to me. I've been telling you, men will be perfectly willing to waste your time for 6 years of your fucking life, and then not commit, not ready to get married, and then y'all break up, and then they're engaged 6 months later, because there's nothing you can do short of saving his life, and even then, there's nothing you can do that's going to make a man ready. That's it. Don't you get it? The man is ready when he's ready. There's nothing you can do about it. Like, so if you just met him at the time of his life where he's not ready to be married, have kids, whatever, then you're just not going to be it. And he will date you. He'll sleep with you for 5 years. No problem. And have zero consideration of your wasted fucking youth. He won't care at all. And then he'll just leave you now older, and then he'll just run off with the barista. I promise you that's how this goes. All right? So you need to be super protective of your time, man. You just gotta be very careful as to who you dole yourself out to, because I promise you there won't be a second thought of ripping away 8 years of your fucking life. All right? I promise you that. So, if y'all don't have a ring on it soon, maybe you should draw a line in the sand. All right? What if he never wants to get married again? What does what he wants to do have to do with you? If he doesn't want to get married ever again, then you're single. And then you should just hop in your car, drive across town to your other boyfriend's house, and then complain to him about it. Can you believe he said to me he never wants to get married again? Can you believe he said that to me? You're single, remember? Go tell your other boyfriend about it. Because you're single. He doesn't want to get married, so what does that have to do with you? You should tell your other boyfriend about it. In my opinion, 2 years max. Okay, fine. What do you say if he texts you after ghosting? Tell him you don't commune with spirits. You rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Bam! Send him a block. Bam! $500 to unblock. In the bio, in your Venmo bio. Bam! I rebuke this in the name of Jesus. Bam! Parentheses, $500 to unblock. Block. Do wealthy men use Snapchat? What do you think? Let me just say that out loud. Do wealthy men use Snapchat? No. You know who uses Snapchat? The guy with the camouflage truck. All right. Lives in the city, but for some reason he's got a truck that's lifted. Okay. He wears a hat on top of his head that sits higher than it ought to. Okay. Or backwards. That's the kind of guy that uses Snapchat. Got a neck tattoo like this. That's who uses Snapchat. So, if you start snapping that man, you're going to hate that man in 6 months or less. I promise you that. All right? Do rich men use Snapchat? What do you think? What do you think, ma'am? If a guy's messaging you on Instagram and says, add me on Snap, do you think he's just sitting on a pile of money like Scrooge McDuck, just swimming in his pool of coins? No, he's the kind of guy that has the time to add you on Snapchat and work on his streaks with you. Keep up that Snap score. It's the only thing he's worried about, the wrong numbers. You know, not the numbers in his bank account, his Snap score with you, or just in general. Priorities. Hello, folks. Hello, folks. How are we going? How are we going? Going good. Do you have significant, like, am I married? No, I'm not married. Hello, folks. Let's see here. We're both Libras. Yes, I'm a Libra. 3 years in, 3 years in, and he says he wants to wait to propose since his sister is getting married in 3 months. Okay. All right, listen. This one time, I'm going to agree. If y'all have been dating 3 years, y'all have spoken and talked about being proposed to or getting married, and he wants to propose, but his sister is actually getting married in 3 months, then I agree. You should wait. He should wait till after his sister's wedding to propose, because it's kind of rude and would take the spotlight off of her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, in this particular case, I don't think he's fooling. I think that's a legitimate, good reason. If his sister's getting married in 3 months and you've been waiting 3 years, you can wait a little bit longer. All right? But if he's legitimately talking to you about getting married and he wants to propose, but his sister's getting married in 3 months, that's fucking fair, man. That's all right. I'll buy that. I'll buy that. But in 5 months, you better draw a line in the sand. And be like, hey, hold up. Now who's getting married? I need to know by October how many carrots I got. All right? Where does this fountain of knowledge come from? To me, all of this is just common sense. But I'll take that as a compliment. I don't know. What if he checks every box except being rich and well off, but is still generous with what he does have? Here's the thing. Having money, extra money, all right? Like, the characteristics that it takes to be a success, it's not just the money. It is a lot about the money, because it's so expensive, guys. Life is so expensive. My God. It just keeps getting more expensive, too, by the way. So having money is nice, and eating ramen should definitely be a gourmet choice, not a necessity to live, okay? For sure. But it's not just about having money, because you can have money and be stingy. You can have money and be like an inheritance thing. You can blow it or whatever. The thing is about having money, it's about the characteristics that it takes to make money. Don't you see? Don't you get it? It's to make money, it's so hard. You have to show up every day. You have to work all the time. You got to deal with problems, bear responsibility for yourself and others. And you're constantly faced with obstacle after obstacle. And if you can deal with all of those things and still make money and be responsible for yourself and others, those are the kinds of things that are attractive. You see? Because that's a sure bet that they'll also bear responsibility for you. Don't you get it? Don't you see? So, here's another thing. If they're perpetually broke, there's a reason. If you're 40 years old and you're still broke, don't get me wrong. You can have ups and downs in life. Lord knows I've had those myself. But the reality is that I've been rich, I've been broke, I've come out of that many times, and it just is a matter of being able to get it, being able to have the ability to get it, because you work hard, you are honest, and you work in a way that you can be impactful to the world, and that is just those are the traits that's attractive. If you're broke and you've always been broke and you're perpetually broke, what's wrong with you? There's something about you that is making it so that you can't yourself get on with anything. You see? And then that bodes to your character, because it's not like I said, things can happen to you, but if you're still broke and you've always been broke, my God, you've had a long time to try. You see? And like, why not? And there's something that's happening there. And And is it worth risking your future life with that person? Because what happens, y'all start getting emotionally connected to people like that, and then you just make excuses for them. And you secretly hate them, but you also feel sorry for them. So now what? You're stuck? You're stuck there? You see what I'm saying? Don't you get it? So that's the point I'm trying to make. If he's 43 years old and still broke, what's wrong with him? Is there a problem somewhere, somehow, some way? That's what I think. I just feel like there's an issue there. And I don't mean, like I said, sometimes life is thrust upon you, and I don't mean average ups and downs. Things can happen to you. Traumatic events happens to you. You can have a death in the family. You can have a huge financial setback if something happened in your business or something. All of that is normal stuff in life. But if you stay broke, you know the type. The world happens to them. They're just so unlucky all the time, and they could just never catch a break. All right? They're telling themselves that, and anybody that will listen, that excuse. Forever. They just all the time telling people, well, if I could just catch a break, if somebody would just give me a loan to start my business and invest in me, and somebody can just pick me and believe in me. That's not how a man that makes money talks. You get what I'm saying? Guys that make money get money. They don't complain. They don't sit there and ruminate and stew. They just get it. They get up and get it, and they work hard and they get it. Don't you see? And so if you date a guy that's just sitting there always talking about how he can never catch a break, that is going to be what you're going to listen to for the next, 10 years. All right? And then when he still doesn't get on after 10 or more years, he's then just going to blame you too. It'll never be his fault. It'll be your fault. Don't you get it? So if you give guys like that a chance, you will pay the price. Is that what you want? There's nothing inherently wrong with being broke. It's just more about the characteristics that keep you broke. That's what the point is. Don't you see? They will blame you every time. 100%. Why? Because they can't even blame themselves. They can't just look, they can't say, my life is the product of my own self and my own actions. Instead, they blame everything else. And I'm not saying there isn't victims in life, but that's a small percentage rather than the people in first world countries that can go get it, man. There's a reason why people that make money can make money. And look, who is it? There's so many stories like there's guys that they're making money and then boom, they hit this crazy spike. Who's the guy, the founder of McDonald's Corporation or whatever? He was he's making money, then a huge, massive amount of debt, all this stuff, and he comes back up and he starts making money again. That's just the way it is. People that make money, and they have the characteristics to do so. So simply put, if the guy's always just saying the world is happening to him, he can never catch a break, then that's the reason why he's always broke. He's always in between jobs. Nobody will hire him. If you start dating guys like that, whether they're good looking or not, tattoos or not, whatever the thing is you like, I don't know. You're going to hate that guy because you're going to realize he's just full of excuses, man. And life is more than just having a neck tattoo. It's about fucking making money. At least in this world it is. And you got to make money and provide for yourself and yours. You and yours. And if you can't do that, it's hard to respect a man that's broke constantly. Who's going to show up the difference? You? You going to show up the difference? Who's going to take the blame for his failures? It won't be him. It'll be you. Don't you see? Is that what you want? Because that's what you're going to get if you date perpetually broke. Mark my words, sis. Promise you that. Do you think getting married is a must? If you want to have kids, it is. I think so. Because you're going to have some awfully confused kids if his parents got different names. You see what I mean? How come daddy's name is one thing and mommy's named another? Isn't that awfully confusing? I married perpetually broke. Well, that's your choice, and life's tough. Life's tough when you're trying to make ends meet. You're better off dating a man that can make ends meet and then some every time. Yeah, when poverty walks in the door, love goes out the window. It's hard to love a man you can't respect. All right? Yeah, and that's my time, folks. Thanks, everybody, for joining me. We'll see you again on Tuesday. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.